Good day, everyone. Eskom has said that they are preparing their methods and documents, etc., for stage 8 load shedding. And it's certainly not something that South Africans want to hear. But as I've mentioned in the past, if government doesn't do anything to build new capacity that can handle baseload, we are in for a very tough ride. And I haven't seen government do anything that will alleviate the situation in the long term. At the moment, they are grasping at all sorts of straws. It's very clear that most people in Parliament actually don't understand electricity generation, and then I speak of all the parties present there. And if any of them knew something about electricity generation, they would come forward with proper suggestions for us to do something, and we need to do it fast because we are more than 20 years behind. The 1998 white paper clearly told us when we should start bringing new capacity online. It was around 2007, 2008, and this did not happen. And because of this, we're in a bad situation now. And this situation will continue for a very long time. When Cyril tells you that this is going to improve in a year's time, he doesn't know what he's talking about because he's ill informed. And so he's not an electricity expert. I didn't even expect that the plants would suffer as badly as they did. And this is not sabotage, people. Sabotage has been a very small factor in our load reduction. It's literally the plant being old. There's no idle plant either. Everything that can be used is being used. And this is real. This is very real. So if you've thought up until now that something magical is going to happen, I'm sorry to say that unfortunately, the situation in Eskom is real. The coal-fired power stations are battling with many problems right now. A lot of them have wet coal. When the coal is wet, it's very difficult to generate at capacity. And if it's too wet, you cannot use it at all. It becomes like sludge. So, yes, think about all of these things combining, and you get a perfect storm. And this is what we're dealing with right now. It's been some time coming, and no one could predict how a piece of metal or a pipe or whatever is going to handle many years of hard work. And many things that are failing right now are not maintainable. In other words, it's not things that you can routinely maintain. Boiler tubes, you don't climb in there and maintain the boiler tubes. So these tubes are failing for many reasons. And yes, the quality of coal does make a difference. But at the end of the day, these stations are old. They need to be replaced by 2030. We should have replaced around 30,000 megawatts. Now, we're not even using that during peak load at the moment. And we used to peak at 36,000 megawatts back in 2002 when I was still in the control room at Kuburg. So, people, prepare yourself. I've asked people to do that for the past 3 years. Many people might have thought that, I'm fear mongering or something, but this is something I'm an expert in. I understand Eskom. I understand the circumstances. I understand the grid. I know how the grid works. I know how generators work. And because of this, I can give you a proper understanding of the situation we find ourselves in. And unfortunately, you need to make plans for alternative energy sources, businesses, etc., because there is no other alternative as long as our government's dawdling in not building more power stations that can supply baseload. Because this is what we need. Unless what they actually want, and I put out a tweet on this earlier, is for the fourth industrial revolution to reduce the amount of electricity we use. And maybe this is the end goal at the end of the day. Maybe they don't want us to have the generating capacity we need to run all the industry that we used to have in South Africa, and maybe that many people were still planning. And tell me in the comments what you think about these plans for the fourth industrial revolution that our President Cyril Ramaphosa is pushing so heavily. Thank you very much for watching this video, and remember to share it with your friends and family.